pleasant Saturday morning to you and welcome to another edition of Timeless Voices right here on Radio Sri Lanka. I'm your host Ramesh Peiris. Every week we open the archives of our collective memory to celebrate the architects of our musical heritage. But every so often we are privileged to host a voice that didn't just participate in an era but actively define it. Our guest this morning is a true titan of the legendary 1960s and 70s group song movement, hailing from the sun-drenched, musically fertile shores of Moratuwa. He, along with his brothers in arms in Labambas, brought a sweeping revolution to the singular airwaves. Armed with nothing but wooden box guitars, congas, and an innate sense of pristine vocal harmony, they captured the vibrant, breezy romance of the calypso rhythm and wove it permanently into the fabric of Sri Lankan pop culture. But his contribution didn't stop at the edge of the stage. As a visionary composer, a pioneer who transformed how we interact with live music through the birth of the sing-along concert concept, and a fierce advocate for original songwriting, he remains a vital crusading force for the authenticity of our local music industry. He's a songwriter, a cultural archivist, an artistic brother to many, and a living treasury of stories from the golden eras of our hospitality and the airwaves. Ladies and gentlemen, tune your hearts and your radios to legendary PriyaPeiris. Priya, a very warm welcome to Timeless Voices. It is truly an absolute pleasure to have you on the program with us this morning.
Good morning, Ramesh. Very happy to be with you and at SLBC once again.
Very good morning to you, Priya. We have all hummed your melodies for decades, and today we are so looking forward to journeying back to where it all began and hearing the fascinating stories of your musical origins. To start us off on that journey, Priya, you noted that the 1970s Sri Lankan group song era has beautiful deep roots connected to Latin American and Spanish music cultures. How exactly did those vibrant foreign rhythms find their way to the shores of Moratuwa back in the 1960s?
As you correctly mentioned, the group songs of the 70s, as they call it, really evolved not in the 70s but in the mid-60s. As far as we know, it's correct to say that the beginning was with the three Fernandos. Neville Fernando, who later was famous for his Los Caballeros. Then Merrill Fernando, also from Nigambu side, later married and resided in Moratuwa. My very good friend, wonderful man. He expired a few years back. He started his band called Amigos Romanticas. And another Fernando called Bernardine Fernando, who also was with them. The three of them started Fernando Trio. Later on, they went their ways because of employment and all and formed the bands that I mentioned. That was the beginning that we know. Of course, there would have been people here and there singing songs at home and various places, but these are the people who took it seriously and recordings, and as we know, started this, which was to become popular as the group songs of the 70s later on.
These classic calypso tracks remain incredibly popular and are sung right throughout the year across the island. From your perspective as a pioneer, what are the most important historical roots of the Sri Lankan group song that today's generation should always keep alive?
Well, I think it's the quality that you must keep alive, no doubt, in any type of music. And I thought personally that the acoustic unplugged Vox guitar type of music suited best more than the electronics for this type of genre of music, because not that we copied as such, but there were a lot of similarities between the Latin American group songs and the Sri Lankan group songs. If I may mention about the Latin American group songs, Ramesh, in the late 50s, may I say early 60s, we had heard about many bands called the Trio Los Paraguas, Los Panchos, etc. and many other bands, all from Latin America. In that part of the world, speak Portuguese and Spanish, which has Latin roots, except for Portugal, which is the largest country which speak Portuguese. All other countries, about 20 of them, speak Spanish.
Now, Priya, looking at the playlist for this morning's program, our listeners might expect us to spin the massive definitive anthems like Nuera Manikela or Cock-a-Doodle-Doo. Instead, we are playing a fascinating track, Spirit of Catamarans by the Catamaran Sports Club. Tell us, why did you choose this specific song to share with our audience today over those iconic household numbers?
Well, Ramesh, it's like this. I don't come for this type of chat shows very often. I'm a little choosy about them as well. And I always think whenever I come, there's no point in projecting myself with Nuera Manikela and Cock-a-Doodle-Doo all the time. I might as well give a little bit of insights about music as I'm doing now, as well as a little bit more than that periphery of things what I have done. So that's the reason I'm not trying to be stereotyped or limited to my own thing, because that's the normal thing that you expect me to do. But I just try to wander a little more because I am a bit of a diversified man. Thank God for that talent, and I have done it, and I like to show that on display. Now, Catamarans is my club where I socialize, and it's a wonderful cricket club in Moratuwa. In fact, one of the oldest cricket clubs which has produced iconic cricketers like Dulip Mendes, etc. And I have composed a song and anthem for my club. That is a rare thing, and I'm happy that I'm doing it today. Thank you very much.
Yes, it is Spirit of Catamarans by the Catamarans Sports Club.
In this happy land of Lanka, here's the one place you should go, where hospitality is at its best. You cannot ask for more. Just a hop away from the metropole on the southern coastal drive, where sport and music go hand in hand. In Moratuwa you'd arrive.
And when in Moratuwa you arrive and come by a way out club, with fun and laughter in plentiful, a truly rapturous hub. Famous for its cricket, they play with an upright bat, with a bubbly fun-loving membership, fondly known as cats.
We are the cats from Moratuwa, forever we are on the go. Everyone, greedy and great, is a friend or amigo.
Undefeated, we keep batting on, hitting sixers by the score. Come what may, we burst into song,
Singing Baila and Callisto.
It's a kind of place like no other, where everybody feels so young. With fellowship and merriment, there's no better place neath the sun. And we are the clan of catamarans, forever we are on the go. Come what may, we burst into song, singing baila and calypso.
It's party time after sundown, as the club fully comes alive. Friends and loved ones congregate, camaraderie would thrive. It's all romance at Catamarans, as buddies wine and dine. With a live orchestra in attendance, the music is divine.
We are the cats from Moratuwa, forever we are on the go. Everyone, greedy and great, is a friend or amigo.
undefeated, we keep batting on, hitting sixers by the score. Come what may, we burst into song,
Singing Baila and Callisto.
So come aboard the catamaran, be my honored guest, my friend. For if you miss the boat and its aura, you'd never ever comprehend, and you'd never come by another club alive with so much cheer. Even a man from outer space would sense the atmosphere.
පුන්සඳ පායා දිතුලනා සිරි බරමුරටුව නගරේ කැටමරෑන්ස් ක්‍රීඩා සමාජයේ මිතු කැල සතුටින් පැතිරේ සැමවිට අප සැම ප්‍රීතියෙන් මෙලෙසම එක්වන්නේ හද පිරි සතුටින් සහෝදරත්වෙන් ජය හඬ පතුරන්නේ In 1946, the spirit that was born continues uninterrupted like a never-ending song. We meet up in jubilation as a happy-go-lucky clan, drifting, dreaming and sailing afloat on the catamaran.
We are the cats from Moratua, forever we are on the go. Everyone, pretty and great, it's a friend or amigo.
Undefeated, we keep betting on hitting sixers by the score. Come what may, we burst into song,
Singing Baila and Callisto.
Welcome back to Timeless Voices right here on Radio Sri Lanka. If you are just joining us on this beautiful Saturday morning, you have tuned in at the perfect moment. I'm sitting down with a true titan of our musical heritage, the legendary PriyaPeiris of La Bambas. During your legendary 15-year run at the Hotel Lanka Oberoi, La Bambas performed songs in over a dozen languages. How did a group of young men from Moratua manage to master everything from European folk standards to deep American roots and plantation classics?
To be honest, we never crammed it up because we had to sing them to an audience. Really, most of the songs we knew from our childhood. I think all of us in the La Bambas, our family background was such and our associations with our friends were such that they also knew this type of songs and we didn't have to cram it for the occasion like other bands. I know, for example, now Catamarans, though it's a social club, I had learnt a great deal of wonderful sing-along type old favorites, famous all around the world, from the gentlemen who, most of them are no longer there, of Catamarans, because they used to socialize by singing these songs in the club. It's not happening now. I think it's very much less now because nowadays people don't go for that type of quality. But there were gentlemen who used to know a great repertoire of songs, not necessarily single songs. They knew almost everything that the world should know. It's like that, if I may say so. And therefore, we knew that. And of course, there were a couple of songs we had to learn from. We had to cram up, like Japanese songs and all. We had to ask people and all. Other than that, all these plantation songs from America or the cowboy songs or gospel songs, and those were very much in our minds and bodies. So it was easy.
La Bambas famously stayed entirely unplugged with box guitars and congas. And of course, that dedication culminated in 2013 under the iconic Surya label when you recorded a complete CD album of Latin American songs, a unique milestone for a Sri Lankan group. Why was acoustic instrumentation so vital to capturing that authentic Latin harmony sound?
One thing we thought of emulating, I won't use the word copying because we were so much fascinated with the Latin American group songs because they had two things. They had very much our type of Sri Lankan culture in common. For the 6/8 beat or the baila beat as they call it, the original Portuguese beat, it came from Latin America. Not only from Portugal, but from other countries as well. That was there. Then the harmony. Now, remember, America, since Columbus days and afterwards, from the 15th century, it became more or less the native land of Portuguese and the Spanish. Now, they were all Catholics. And Catholics means church harmony. Church harmony means wonderful 3 and 4 part harmony. which was very much evident in these groups, like Los Muchachos, like the Trio Los Paraguas, Los Panchos and all. The three-part harmony was fascinating, and their box guitar was fascinating, and their 6/8 beat was very much with us in any case because of the Portuguese influence long years back. So like a duck taken to water, we took those things because it was very close to our heart. Though it was alien, it was something like local that we took.
We often talk about what our school days give to us, but it is a rare and beautiful thing when an artist is able to give something timeless back to their alma mater. Your track, 8 School Years and 15 On, is a magnificent tribute to the 175-year journey of St. Thomas's College, Mount Lavinia. Priya, take us behind the scenes of this creation. What did it mean to you personally to use your lifelong gift of songwriting to honor the very institution that shaped your youth?
Well, I think blessed with a little bit of music talent, you must do everything to, in every possible way, to use it not only in one sphere of activity, but in many. So, as a true-blooded Thomian for 10 years, 5 years as a hosteler, I remember from my small days, we were very close to this harmony and singing also, because as a boarder, we had to go to church every Sunday, and we as small children, we were seated near the choir. So which made the singing audible and the harmony come right into our hearts. So that is one thing. And the other thing is, as a musician later on, there's nothing better that you can do than to pay a tribute to your school when there's a celebration. And when St. Thomas's celebrated the 175 years, I got the okay from my school batch, which is called the Thomian Group of 56. And with their blessings, I recorded this song for them with the participation of Thomians of various batches. I am very happy that I did it. I think as a musician, it's always good to honor like this, not only your school, but anything that you feel happy about. If you can express it in song, that's the best thing, which I did.
And here is your unique musical creation to your alma mater, 8 School Years and 15 On.
Been a long monumental journey going back to 1851. Bishop James Chapman founded the seat of knowledge to upskill many a Lankan son.
Deeply steeped in Anglican public school tradition, with heads above the shoulders and walking tall.
We are the upright, strong, and steadfast alumni,
trying to serve the nation's soul. 8 score years and 15 on, our bonds have forever endured, remaining great and strong.
Let's rally round the blue-black flag, rejoice and celebrate.
Esto perpetua, for all we have and are.
Cradled at Mootwall, relocated to Mount, under the guidance of Warden Arthur Stone.
We are the Thomian clan of the school by the sea.
We pride and so endearingly call our own.
Oh, how with fondness we embraced one another, bonded in love with the heart of a brother.
Those great merry friendships echo forever, gladden our hearts each moment every day. 8 score years and 15 on, our bonds have forever endured, remaining great and strong.
Let's rally round the blue-black flag, rejoice and celebrate.
Esto perpetua, for all we have and are.
of change demand as it continued to blow.
The dauntless Stormian spirit endures forevermore.
8 years and 15 on the march we go. May our college thrive and flourish, be thou forevermore.
As in the bygone days and now the future will behold, a multitude of noble men, daring, brave and bold.
Men of great vision, will and spirit.
Tomians young and Tomians old, 8 years and 15 our bonds have forever endure, remaining great and strong.
Let's rally round the blue-black flag, rejoice and celebrate.
Esto perpetua for all we have and are. Esto perpetua for all we have and are.
Welcome back. You are listening to Timeless Voices with me, PriyaPeiris. Today, we are privileged to be in conversation with a master storyteller, cultural archivist, and the driving force behind La Bamba's, the legendary PriyaPeiris. Beyond the melodies, the group song era was fundamentally about storytelling, capturing everyday Sri Lankan life, humor, and heritage in the lyrics. As a prominent lyricist and someone who has passionately documented this movement, how important is it for veterans to act as archivists, ensuring the stories behind these songs aren't lost to time?
It's like this. You must always compose something that you feel happy about, that you think people always remember a story. A real life story is something close to your heart. When you relate something close to your heart in song, I think it generally becomes a success. I'm not telling that it will become a success commercially, but at least you will feel happy about it. And I think that's the way to go about, because otherwise, as they say, POP, this way or that way, it will come and go. So you must think of it in the longer run. Don't think much about it. Enjoy what you're thinking. Enjoy it in a positive way. And there will be many ideas coming to your mind. The whole trouble, Ramesh, is there are many in the country who are singers who can compose, but who have never tried composing, and they think they can't compose. I'm sure 50% of them, if they give it a try, they will compose. So it's like that. So I would encourage them to think of this seriously, because you can be an all-rounder, a composer and a singer. But when you think, oh, I think I can sing, I can't compose, you start negatively, like any other thing in the world. Now, look at it this way. I was just out of school when I thought of this cock-a-doodle-doo. One fine morning or whatever, I thought of it this way. Now look, how would a young child of 10 years old visualize this cock crowing in the morning? If it's his birthday, that sound, that cook sound could mean a wish for my birthday. So I thought of it that way and wrote the lyrics that way. I never expected the song became popular. It was more than magic to me also when it became popular. It was just the thought. Now, if I just waited without cock-a-doodle-doo, perhaps I would have never attempted any composing in my life, and that would have been the end of that. You must always see what you can do, because your scope is much more than what you think sometimes.
In 1997, you pioneered the now massive sing-along concert trend with Down Memory Lane for the Muratua Arts Forum. What inspired you, Priya, to take the music off the stage and place it directly into the mouths of the audience?
Well, if I may say so, since you asked me, I must tell you that I got the idea, no doubt. But to be honest, I remember in Muratua, the Muratua YMCA did a small show with the piano and with an audience, and round the piano type of audience. It was a bit of a small ticket show, some fundraiser or whatever. And they had a small leaflet and they sang a song. It was a sing-along of sorts in a small way, which inspired, they did it very casually. I thought this could be a trend in time to come. And I told the Arts Forum people at a monthly meeting of my idea. And no one understood it because they didn't know what I was trying to say. And I couldn't explain it well because it was in my head. They could only understand what I said, and perhaps they wouldn't have understood the whole story correctly. And then I told him, look here, people come not to listen to others singing, but to pay, buy a ticket, look at a songbook and sing songs that everyone knows, joined by some other singers who will be on stage urging you to sing these songs. I put it that way, and I had to convince these guys from Arts Forum with a great difficulty, because most of these big group people and all who were in the forum, they didn't seem to understand my point quite naturally. But I did persuade them and somehow put the first show in 1997. And then they saw it for themselves, and no sooner I did that show, there were sing-alongs coming here and there, which was a good thing in all parts of Colombo and in the outstations.
Now, Priya, there are few things on this planet that are as instantly synonymous with the identity of our island as Ceylon tea. It is a global symbol of our land, our hills, and our hospitality. That brings us to your brilliantly titled tea song. What prompted you to take this world-famous brew, something so deeply woven into the daily life and history of Sri Lanka, and transform it into a musical composition? What was the ultimate vision behind celebrating our tea culture through song?
Well, more than one reason. My father was a planter. He was in tea estates. So during holidays, my life was spent up country in the hills with my parents in the estates. And it was such a fascinating thing to go up country. That's one reason. So therefore the tea connection. And then my first job was at Somerville and Company, which happened to be the first tea broker company in the country. They were the pioneers of the tea auction. I was working in the rubber department, but basically a tea rubber, more or less a tea company. So I thought as time went by, they also had their centenary tea celebration, 100 years of Sri Lanka tea and all those things during my tenure there. Then I thought, as I told you earlier, might as well sing a song about Sri Lanka tea. Sri Lanka tea means Ceylon tea. The tea is branded as Ceylon tea. It is Ceylon tea from Sri Lanka. So I sang this song. I remember the La Bambas recorded this song in 1996, just a week or two before we won the Cricket World Cup. So it's an old recording, but I think it still holds good, I believe. I'm happy that I did this for Ceylon tea.
Wonderful. And here it is, the tea song.
When the sun comes up on the morning side of the hills of paradise, its enchanting fascination would soothe a pair of eyes. The lush and greeny mountains where those little bushes grow, that's exotic Lanka where milk and honey flow. Wake up in Sri Lanka to a nice hot cup of tea. It would make you feel so wonderful and happy as can be. Invigorating nourishment, the best in quality. Wake up in Sri Lanka to a nice hot cup of tea. Wake up in Sri Lanka to a nice hot cup of tea. It would make you feel so wonderful and happy as can be. Invigorating nourishment, the best in quality. Wake up in Sri Lanka to a nice hot cup of tea. Never mind the age, it's excellent in 1,000 ways, this healthy beverage. If it's flavor you savor and aroma you quest, naturally you would agree that Ceylon tea is best. Wake up in Sri Lanka to a nice hot cup of tea. It would make you feel so wonderful and happy as can be. Invigorating nourishment, the best in quality. Wake up in Sri Lanka to a nice hot cup of tea. Drink it anytime, it's the best drink of the day. Anytime it's tea time in Lanka, so they say. Ceylon tea from Lanka, the world throughout acclaim. It's the drink of kings, the king of drinks, ask for it by name. Wake up in Sri Lanka to a nice hot cup of tea. It would make you feel so wonderful and happy as can be. Invigorating nourishment, the best in quality. Wake up in Sri Lanka to a nice hot cup of tea. Let's praise this mellow golden brew that people like the most, and raise the cup that cheers the most. Let's drink it as a toast. Embrace my friends in brotherhood with a nice cup of tea. For love, understanding, peace and amity. Wake up in Sri Lanka to a nice hot cup of tea. It would make you feel so wonderful and happy as can be. Invigorating nourishment, the best in quality. Wake up in Sri Lanka to a nice hot cup of tea.
And a warm welcome back to Timeless Voices on Radio Sri Lanka. We are capturing the vibrant, breezy romance of the 1960s and 70s group song movement this morning with none other than the legendary PriyaPeiris of La Bambas. You famously discovered and composed for the late Paul Fernando, free of charge, helping create the Prince of Baila. When you look at young talent today, what specific raw spark do you look for that tells you an artist has staying power?
Well, thank God I had the talent. I had the instinct to smell talent, if I may say so. And in case of Paul, I met him at a stage show in Moratuwa. I spoke to him. I was a stranger to him. Not that he spoke to me. I spoke to him, introduced myself. I told him that he has good talent and to continue with his singing. And I also told him to come home one fine day. I explained a little, and he looked a little curiously and strangely at me because I was an unknown guy coming and telling me to come home and things like that. He would have smelt that I am trying to help him, but I was not sure. In any case, he came home one day. Then I explained and told him, remember, I was just 18 years old and he was 1 year junior to me, 17 perhaps. And I told him that with his talent he could go far. He was singing Baila songs of M.S. Fernando and all. I first spotted him singing an M.S. Fernando song. And it so happened after a chat with him at home, it was necessary for me to go to his place, meet his parents and tell him that about his talent. And I told his father, I know Paul is a student. He is a student at Prince of Wales College. I have not come to disturb in his studies or whatever. That must come first. That is primary. But if he has the time, don't let his God-given talent go waste. He can go a lot further. I smell that, I said. And I myself, being a teenager, told the father, if you like, I can help him. No guarantee. I can help him to introduce him to a few places like SLBC through my good friend Vijay Korea at that time, and to a recording company which happened to be Surya Records, and see what can be done. I knew that I could do something, but I didn't promise their parents. That was the start. The rest is all history, and I'm happy that I did everything for him, and ultimately he was named as the Prince of Baila while still being a student at Prince of Wales College. I'm very happy about it.
You are currently on a lone crusade urging our local Western singers to stop relying entirely on cover versions. Why do you believe original English compositions are the only true passport for Sri Lankan artists to break onto the global stage?
Not that I believe that's the only way, but if you want to go global with a catchy Sinhala song or whatever, now there are songs of various languages that have gone. There are songs without any language. For that matter, Ging and Guli Guli, that song is supposed to be a nonsense song from Africa, which became a campfire song later on. Anyhow, which became world popular. Like that, try something. Respect other songs, take others as your role models. But look at it this way. If you are an artist, if you are a singer, if you are a known singer, if you don't have an original, you're like a batsman without a bat. There's something missing. Just because there's no market, there is no criteria for you to not attempt English songs. I have done it. Other than Cockle-Doo, I have composed many songs, spent money and recorded it myself, not knowing that there's no income from it. That is not the thing. If you can manage it, at least get someone to compose it for you. There are enough composers in the country to write songs. you can get someone else to compose song for you and project it as your original. It's because it's funny and it's strange to see our own Western singers sing cover versions, and even the iconic Sri Lankan singers having only cover singers and no originals after singing for ages and ages. There's something wrong. Look at the world stage. Every known person became popular we identify singers with their original songs. So why don't you give it a try and try to see? I can't see anything coming from Sri Lanka, and I'm a little disappointed about it. I'm just trying to urge, if the present generation can't do it, at least make some headway for the next generation to be on global stage a small way. That's my crusade. I'm not talking about my song Kokodulu.
Your recent original tracks explore very diverse styles, from social commentary in Keeping Up with the Joneses to light-hearted calypso. How do you respond to critics who think it is too difficult to market original English music to a local audience today?
Well, the fact remains, unlike the Sinhala market, the English market is very small. We know that. But if you are going as a Western singer, then you must do some Western songs. There's no point in going back, because in a way I find it very sad to find that certain singers, I hate to say this, but Western singers end up by singing Choka Baila when they come on stage. They are playing Judas with their own talent, if I may say so. If I may repeat, don't play Judas with your own talent. Make the most out of it. That's what I say.
Now, Priya, Keep Up with the Joneses is a wonderfully satirical composition. It takes a very real, everyday human struggle, the obsession with status and what the neighbors think, and set it to music. Tell us, what was the driving force behind channeling your personal observations into this specific track? Is satire, in your opinion, the easiest pill for an audience to swallow when passing on a deeper message?
Well, it's like this. As far as Keep Up with the Joneses, it was an out of the box, a little bit of a different title. And I thought to myself, I did it just a few years back with some more two friends. And I just thought, let's do a common song that all are comfortable with. And I composed it, did the music also. When I compose song, I do everything. I do the batting, bowling, fielding, everything. The composing, not only the lyric writing, the melody, music direction, everything I do it. And I did it. I am happy that I did it with, if I may mention names, Melanta Perra, Brian Curre, Lincoln De Silva, leader of Pink and Purple, John Derrick, a wonderful musician, and myself. We sang the song. I didn't do it for fame or to make money. It was my passion and I just did it. That's about all.
And here is the wonderful satirical composition by PriyaPeiris, Keep Up with the Joneses.
Ain't it funny? These people, crazy and stupid as can be, masquerading as if they belong to high affluent society, seeking public attention with fake pretense and poses, mingling with the richer folk, paying through their noses. Shoddy people at their best, laden with a weird complex, relentless in a frenzied quest to keep up with the Joneses.
They never know that we all know they are paying through their noses, desperate in a wild goose chase to keep up with the Joneses.
Got this, so let's get that. Is that a cranky tit for tat?
Competing with the upper crust, great pretenders, just look at that. Heaven knows why endlessly these people yearn and labor to clown around and show the world they are richer than their neighbor. At the bitter end they would repent, it's only then they'd comprehend they'd spent more than the Joneses spent to keep up with the Joneses.
They never know that we all know they are paying through their noses, desperate in a wild goose chase to keep up with the Joneses.
Not happy with their lot in life, to to satisfy their fancy needs. They forever yearn for more and more, no matter where the hell it leads. For all this worthless foolishness, there's a heavy price they got to pay. When they wake up to their senses, they would have surely lost their way.
Why, oh why this hocus pocus, living a bogus social status?
It's about your life that you must focus
Right throughout your living days.
Don't fool around and try to be superior than another. Respect yourself for what you are, dear sister and my brother.
They never know that we all know they are playing through their noses. Desperate in a wild goose chase to keep up with the Joneses. They never know that we all know they are playing through their noses. Desperate in a wild goose chase to keep up with the Joneses.
Capturing the hearts of an entire island and bringing our collective musical harmony to life. This is Timeless Voices, and I'm Peiris. This morning, we are pulling back the curtain on the golden era with the pioneer of the sing-along movement himself, the legendary PriyaPeiris of the La Bambas. La Bambas achieved the incredible feat of staying together as an unbroken, unified unit for 47 years. For the young bands listening to Timeless Voices today who struggle to stay together for even 47 days, what is the ultimate secret to artistic brotherhood?
First, you must have an understanding of the other guy. Have a good team and be friends and enjoy it. Don't think it as a vocation itself. We never did that. Money is important, but we never looked at money. We never thought of the monetary part at all. We were friends. We enjoyed what we did. When you enjoy what you do, generally you don't break up. But if you join up with people whom you are not comfortable, or get some person for the sake of getting, and if you get a drummer who is a good drummer, but who is a difficult guy to work with, then mature. So you must first know your people. As far as we were concerned, we were not musicians who got together. La Bambas were friends who got together and formed. And we enjoyed what we did. It was always a part-time, pastime hobby. For life, all of us were working in various, not that we were very rich people, we were all working in companies as executives or whatever. And all of us stayed together. We had our own differences musically. Sometimes we used to fight over music and say, look here, this is better than this is better. We never practiced a lot. There was no practice room or music room in any of our houses because this was just a hobby. And when you do it in a light-hearted way, and another thing, the togetherness that we got, the closeness that we got by singing, the joy of singing unplugged music together, in any case kept us together. Because you find noisy beat bands, not that I'm against beat bands, but as you said, they can't stay for 47 hours nowadays. We were quite different, and thank God, until our leader Brian, my uncle, until his demise 47 years after our existence, no one separated. All were there together. We are happy about it.
What an incredible journey through the notes and memories of an era that still makes our island sing. Priya, let's talk about One World, One Community, a magnificent song for which the lyrics and music were completely composed by you and beautifully sung by a collective of talented artists from the music town of Moratuwa. Sadly, some of those incredible voices are no longer with us today. When you wrote this poignant song, was this unified, harmonious message exactly what you were trying to convey to listeners as your lasting legacy?
Well, I got the idea while I was in my bedroom during the COVID lockout nearly 5 years back. And I thought, lockout or not, why can't we get together? When we say we, the Moratuwa Arts Forum artists, the singers, get together and put out a song about celebrating life. In short, about being safe together, to learn from our own mistakes and to act carefully and be safe. So once again, as I said previously, I thought of giving this message through song. Like the tea song and various other things, I thought of giving this message by song. And I spoke to one or two other relevant guys, important guys in the Arts Forum, got their permission. I phoned them because it was lockdown days. Anyhow, when the lockdown eased a little, somehow managed to get 40 odd artists of the Moratuwa Arts Forum together and sang this song saying, look here, let us be careful, let us be healthy, let us be together and let us be safe. That is the message, a strong message from the Moratuwa Arts Forum to act carefully due to COVID especially. We have never mentioned the word COVID, but it's because of COVID that we did it. And I think as a responsible citizen of the country, as a PR song, we managed to put this out no sooner the lockdown was over. I'm happy about it. This is also a concept of mine done with a lot of difficulty, but nevertheless quite happy about it.
Priya, listening to you today, it becomes abundantly clear that the music we enjoy today stands on the sturdy shoulders of the pioneers who dared to be original, who held onto their acoustic roots and who treated their art as a lifelong brotherhood. We owe a tremendous debt of gratitude to you and La Bambas for infusing our culture with that unforgettable sun-drenched rhythm and for continuing to champion the soul of Sri Lankan songwriting. Thank you for your tireless contribution, your grace, and for spending your Saturday morning with us on Timeless Voices.
Thank you very much, Ramesh. Very nice coming to know you and very nice coming to SLBC once again after quite a number of months, I think, and doing this program with you. Thank you very much once again to you and SLBC. Thank you very much.
Before we sign off, to our listeners, thank you for tuning in, and a very special thank you goes out to our incredible production team for beautifully bringing this broadcast together. Keep those melodies close to your heart and join us again next week for another chapter of our musical heritage right here on Timeless Voices. Until then, I'm PriyaPeiris. Have a beautiful, blessed weekend ahead. Goodbye for now.
Time has come for everyone to look at life anew, to reassess our lifestyles, to review and renew.
For us to breathe more freely, we have to think as one, to make this world a healthier place, to live beneath the sun.
With our knowledge, faith and wisdom, together we should strive
to synchronize with nature, to prosper and to thrive. Help rid the world from pestilence,
sickness and disease.
Fear, pain, panic, let us endeavor to win.
So let's be wise, compromise, welcome, accept and embrace
Hygienic, new good habits for the well-being of our human race.
Let's enjoy our right to live through discipline and righteous ways,
to welcome new horizons,
assuring us of safe, beautiful days.
Let us lead a healthy life as one community. Mother Nature has spoken, we've got our fingers marked.
We've been shattered and awoken, there are lessons to be learned. We shouldn't be disheartened, but preserve our sanity
and yearn for health and happiness for all eternity.
We should be the wings of change, living for each other. Let us make things happen, stay safe with one another, minimize the risk of infection, keep illnesses at bay.
Live healthy lives abundantly, fulfill this world desire.
So let's be wise, compromise, welcome, accept and embrace
hygienic, new good habits
for the well-being of our human race. Let's enjoy our right to live through discipline and righteous ways,
to welcome new horizons,
assuring us of safe, beautiful days. We have come together as one to
to sing this song with spirit, meaning, purpose to bring this message strong.
Hail on earth a new dawn, born of a sudden storm.
Come, let us all look forward
to herald the glorious dawn.
So let's be safe now and forever.